What are your chances of tracking down the blue truck?
Not great.
I shoot pests, feral animals, pigs, donkeys, camels, tourists.
There's an element of truth to the character of Mick Taylor that people recognise as being, that's like my uncle, that's like someone I used to know, or it's like a familiar kind of sound to the character.
As horrible and devilish as he is, there's still a sense of that wry kind of laconic Australian humour.
He doesn't view what he's doing as being bad or evil. He's actually entertaining himself. He's constantly coming out with inappropriate and, horrible things that are also very funny.
I haven't got my knife on me. Otherwise, I'll put an end to this fucking interview right here and right fucking now. Only joking. He never questions himself. He's quite happy with what he does. And he has a ton of fun. He enjoys the chase and wants to play with him like a cat with a wounded mouse,
You get to see a little bit more into Mick Taylor's life too, and a little bit more about who he is and how or why he may have become the type of human being that he has become. Eve Thorogood. She came in from the States 20 days ago with her family.
Having a strong female protagonist gives us a whole new dimension to the story.
We find a female character who has to become a match or an equal to Mick. And having a female point of view into the world of the Outback is interesting because then you get to see the Outback in a very different way than you would if it was a male protagonist. What fills her entire being is the concept of getting revenge. It's very much about her, transforming as she goes through the journey and actually becoming a different character by the end of it.
She doesn't really trust any humans anymore after what's happened to her and what continues to happen to her. It's really hard to let people in. If she lets herself feel, then all of those emotions are going to come out.
And you know that Mick is after her and is hunting her, but also Eve is hunting him. So you've got a bit of a cat and mouse chase going on, which, really lengthens the suspense.
And he just loves that idea and relishes the idea that someone's trying to find him.
When she loses her family, deep down she believes it's her fault. And the only way she can redeem herself is to find the man who did it and deal with him.
You're right.
I want to go home. Eve and Sullivan, on the face of it, are very, very different characters. There's a decent age gap between them and a huge difference between them in terms of life experience. But I think what attracts them to one another is that each knows the other is damaged.
Sullivan's involved in tracking down, or firstly tracking down Eve, and then secondly in tracking down Mick Taylor.
We'll get him. Okay.
He'd never had children with his wife, and he's had a young woman come into his life who's had this terrible experience, and I think something's been triggered in him that is a very protective nature. He feels compelled to protect this young woman.